Hey guys, it's Paul with Adaptable Survival. So what we're doing now is just heading out now to go do a hammock overnighter. It's been a little while since I could get outside, started a new job, stuff like that. So wanted to get out, make a quick little video, a little overnighter. Supposed to get down to about 30 degrees tonight, so got an underquilt, sleeping bag, different things like that. Try to stay a little bit warm tonight. It's getting out a little bit late, so just hitting the trail now, so stick with me. Alright guys, so I've been hiking on the trail for a little bit. It's about 3:30 now, so I got about 45 minutes of daylight left to set up camp. So found this spot here, a lot of good resources, which once I get camp set up, I'll kind of pan around here, catch some of that before I lose all the daylight. But I got a lot of dead branches here in my general vicinity, so when I start a fire later, I don't have to travel too far to pick up some of that stuff. But for my hammock, I found a bigger tree here, and then I found another smaller tree here to anchor my straps off of. That should be plenty big enough to get my hammock up. I'm not sure if I'm going to have enough room to get my war bonnet Superfly tarp up or not. I kind of have a tree real close to me here, so if I have to, I'll just run with my underquilt and then my Marine Corps extreme winter sleeping bag on the inside. Like I said, I got about 45 minutes left of daylight, so I'm going to hurry up, bust out camp, and then we will come back in a little bit. Alright guys, so got my underquilt on. Generally what I try to do is give my feet a little bit more coverage. My head doesn't get too cold at night, so plus I got my hoodie, I got my beanie, stuff like that to kind of protect my head. My feet get really cold, so I generally try to have most of my underquilt covering my feet while I sleep. I also do have some hand warmers that I'll end up throwing in my bag and everything a couple hours before I decide to get in there. In this Kafaru 5-string stuff sack, I have my Marine Corps extreme, I think it's extreme winter or extreme weather sleeping bag. It's their current issue bag. I have the brown one as well, which is more of a 3-season bag. That one I think is rated to about 30 degrees. This one's rated to about 0. Together you get them down to about negative 40 or so. I will end up doing a more in-depth video on that system later this winter once I got some time to use it out in some colder weather. But I think using this one tonight is going to be more than efficient. I used this last month at the last class that I was with down at the Pathfinder School, and that got down into the 20s, and I was plenty warm in this thing. I actually had to unzip it a few times because I was getting too warm, so it should be plenty warm for tonight's weather. Alright, so just panning around here. So I have a lot of available resources right around this site. A lot of dead branches down on the ground, a lot of easy stuff for me to collect. Got a creek just off over there, so I can collect some water if I run out. I have 2 bottles filled up with water, so I should have enough water, but I always have the ability to go collect some more. Guys, so picked up a little bit of wood to at least get a fire going before it gets too dark out tonight. I am using light for my camera or for my phone to see if that helps kind of take care of some of that graininess that happens when you're shooting when it's darker out. I'm also using a new wireless mic, so hopefully this is sounding a little bit better for you guys. than some of those shotgun mics that I was using. But what I want to do is get a quick little fire going to at least have that going before it's dark out, and then I have a few other things that I brought along for this trip to try out. So we'll cover those once I get this fire going. Alright guys, so I got a little bit of a fire going, nothing too crazy, not trying to create no monster bonfire, have no keggers, anything out here in the woods, just something nice to relax around while I'm chilling out here tonight. But what I want to start doing is whipping up some dinner. So what I have to use, and I actually brought up 2 different stoves. I brought the MSR reactor, recently picked this up. Aaron Snyder from Kufaro International is a big proponent of this, and when I'm looking at gear, I always want something that is going to fill not only my needs now, but possibly my needs in the future. And one big thing that I liked about this versus like a jet boil was you can actually boil snow in this and get some water, where I have heard of people having issues with a jet boil doing that and then having issues with the warranty, stuff like that. So I'm gonna try this out tonight. Just have the burner, and then I have a stand here as well, gas canister stand, but it won't work with these big Coleman cans. You can get it in the two of the 3 slots, but that third one you just can't get that in, and I ain't trying to bend it in there, possibly break the stand. So the ground's pretty soft, so I can kind of flatten it out and make it work. What we're gonna have for dinner tonight is that Stowaway Gourmet bison beer black bean chili. I've heard great things about it, so I've been waiting to get out in the field and try some of this out. We'll make that up and just kind of relax for the night tonight. It's been about 10 minutes since we put the water in, so it should be all constituted up. Give you a look there. Definitely looks like some chili to me. Oh yeah, man, that stuff is that's good. You know, I'm always looking for new meals to try out in the field. It's kind of one of my things that I kind of like doing. You know, it's probably my inner fat kid. You know, it's thick boy problems. So what you gonna do? Just embrace it and make sure you work it off. But when I was in Minnesota last month, I picked up some meals from a smaller company. Like, it's a really small business company. They actually shut down production for the season now, but I scored some of their meals at a mountaineering store in the Twin Cities. So I'll be busting those out in one of the trips coming up here. I'm going to eat up dinner quick and come back with you guys after I get the fire going again and kind of get settled for the night. Alright guys, so finished up dinner, cleaned up, got everything thrown in the trash bag that I have to take down the trail so I don't have any critters coming into my camp at night while I'm sleeping. Never had any issues in this general area, but never want to really take that chance. Which kind of reminds me of a story a couple years ago. I was shooting some videos out at another chunk of woods that I normally go to, and finishing up for the day, and it's about 3-4 o'clock in the afternoon, and as I get my pack on, I look up, and at first I thought I saw a dog walking about 50-60 feet in front of me. Thought, that's one big ass German Shepherd. And then I looked again and realized, that's definitely not a German Shepherd. It was a wolf. And generally, wolves will travel in a pack. So I kind of scoped out and looked around me. Didn't notice any other ones, but I wasn't about to sit there and take the chance that they weren't circling around me or that they weren't in the area. So basically, I beat feet out of there. The wolf never even looked at me or paid me any mind. It just kept on its way walking, which I'm pretty positive it knew I was there, but it never really paid any attention to me, which was a pretty crazy situation. Through life I've come across a few different animals. When I was real young, probably like 4 or 5, I went around the garage of an apartment complex I was living in that had some woods, and I was face to face with a bobcat. I think probably about 50 feet away or so. It was up on a little hill, just staring at me. Had enough sense in my head to slowly get the hell out of there and get back to my house. Didn't chase me or anything, just stared me down. And so I mean, that's pretty cool to be able to run into different animals when you're out on the trail, out in the woods. But you also have to take precautions. So normally when I'm out by myself, especially up here in northern Wisconsin where we do have some predators, I usually have some sort of defense with me, just because I ain't taking the off chance that something wants to come around and mess around with me. Like I said, it's never been an issue, but better safe than sorry. Moving forward for the foreseeable future until classes start again, be testing out a lot of gear here over the winter. Have some projects in the works that I think are going to be pretty neat ideas that I'll eventually bring out to you guys. Have some ideas for some overnighters. One thing I am looking for, if any of you have any kind of connections to it, is I'm looking for some sleeping pads that the military uses, and specifically like the accordion brown folding mats the Marines use. Been trying to find the Marpat Thermarest pad. I see some pop up here and there, but they're usually gone by the time I try to go buy one. So if you guys know anyone or have any connections to point me in the right direction to pick up something, whether the Marines, Army, Navy, whoever uses it, I'm looking to pick up a couple of those for a project I have going on. And if there's anything that you guys want me to dive into, anything you guys want me to check out, any kind of overnighters you want me to
kind of fit into the rotation, definitely holler, let me know down below. Appreciate all the support. As always, it's without you guys, I'm just out here making videos, throwing them up into the ether for the most part. So I want to thank you guys for helping me get monetized this past year. 2020 was kind of a crazy year, but I look at it as it's allowed me to get into the career field I've always wanted to get into. So unfortunately, not everyone's that lucky, but try to find the silver lining for your year would be my best advice. I'm just gonna hang out by the fire, get this going again, since it's dying on the coals on me again. But I'll check in with you guys in the morning for some coffee. Show you that other stove I brought out with me. That reactor, that thing is legit, worth the money in my opinion. If you spend any amount of time outdoors. But yeah, guys, I'm just gonna hang out for the rest of the night, and I'll catch with you later.
Alright guys, so I made up some coffee. That second stove that I brought with me, that Ollie Camp Kinetic titanium stove, I first tried to use that one this morning. It just wouldn't stay lit, started sputtering a lot. So I don't know if that was a combination of the fuel with that stove or if it's that stove itself. So I'm gonna have to mess around with that when I get home and let everything kind of warm up. I know gas stoves can kind of be finicky when it gets colder out. So I jumped back over to using that MSR reactor, and that heated up no issues at all. So it might be just that stove, not sure. Guess I'll find out later today when I mess around with that when I'm at home. Last night, didn't sleep too bad. Woke up in the middle of the night for a little while, but was able to sleep pretty well with that Marine Corps extreme weather sleeping bag. That thing's really nice. I think I scored for about $100 off of eBay. Like I said, I'll do a more in-depth video of that bag and the other bag that comes with it. I do have the dry bag for it that gets issued with the Marines as well. Been looking at picking up the bivy that goes along with that system as well, just to kind of get the whole thing and play around with it. That one Tigress underquilt worked pretty well. Still have to mess around with how I hang it a little bit, but overall it didn't perform too bad. Like I was saying last night, kind of with the direction of the channel where we're heading now that the teaching season's over, I'm going to be doing a little bit more overnighters. My goal is to try and shoot for one a week, but at least one every other week at the very least. Get out some gear reviews in between there as well. Have a lot of gear coming in. Bought a lot of stuff the last couple of weeks. A lot of interesting stuff, some older stuff as well. Just kind of the wide gambit, military surplus, new gear, old gear. So just checking out all sorts of different stuff, looking for stuff that's not out there already, that someone's already done to death. Just find a new spin on it if someone has done it. So I'm gonna finish up coffee, guys, pack up camp, and then I'm gonna head home for the day to get some things sorted out. But I hope you guys enjoyed this quick little overnighter. Nothing too crazy. Didn't go hiking off, miles into the woods. It's a small conservation area here on the Oneida tribal land. I came across it a couple months, so I just wanted to hop out here, do a quick overnighter, kind of start figuring out some camping spots out here. But as always, guys, like, comment, share.
this video down below. Links to everything that I used on this trip I'll throw in the description box, whether that's on Amazon, SRO, eBay, wherever it may be. I'll track it down, throw a link down there for you guys so you guys can check it out for yourself, see if it's something you want to pick up. Like I said, if there's something you guys want me to dive into, check out in the upcoming months here, now that I'm kind of in a slower period, definitely drop a line down in the comment section below. Let me know what you'd like me to check out. I'll gladly look into it, see if I can't get into the rotation. As always, guys, it's been Paul with Adaptable Survival. And as always, develop your mind, your body, and your gear.